Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement.
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
But it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR.
Hey now, what's
Hey,
up,
buddy?
What you doing?
I don't know. I didn't know if either one of us were going to open or not.
Let's do it. Let's both do it.
Let's
open.
Welcome to the show. This is the One Lane Road podcast.
We hadn't heard from you. Y'all ain't heard from us in a while.
You hadn't heard from me. Is what you
I ain't heard
said.
from you.
Uh-uh.
Congratulations. We'd like to welcome Elijah Gerald Hickman to
Yay.
the world.
He come in hot. Not really hot. Really, he's a week late.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. People have babies early. You had baby late.
We actually, on his due date, there was an opportunity to have him on his due date. Kara's doctor is at the hospital on Wednesday, so he likes to schedule inductions on Wednesday. So he said, if he's not here by the 4th, then we will have him on the 4th. Kara said, well, I'd like to try just to let him go naturally, if possible. She said, I'd like to have the whole experience. Doctor said, well, that's fine. He said, how about if you don't have him by the next Wednesday, then we'll go ahead and induce. She said, yeah, that's good. So since like November 20th, Kara's been telling me that baby's coming just any day now.
Right.
So we got induced on the 11th, a week late. We get there, it's supposed to be there at 6 o'clock, right? Be here bright and early. We get there bright and early, 6 o'clock. The very first time we saw somebody was 7:30. 7:30 they come into the room, and it was the doctor. He walks in, he said, now, you see why we like to get you here early, so we can get you started, get the ball rolling, get everything going real quick. I said,
Yeah.
that's a real dry humor type of guy. I said, yeah, we're ready and raring to go. He said, yeah, we apologize for that. He said, I would have told you 7:30, but I didn't know. But we're going to have a baby today.
Hey.
And I said, all right. So, when you think did your wife have any inductions?
Inductions?
Yeah, did
like,
she get
like in the Hall of Fame class, or you're talking about?
Not abductions.
Not
did she get induced? Any?
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. It's the same thing. What you meant? You just said it out of character. For what?
I
Induction.
just conjugated. I just did some conjugation on it. But
I think you know. I don't know what that means. To be honest.
Did your wife get
Yes.
induced at any point in time?
She's had C-sections every time.
Then no. Then actually no. She's never been induced.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
We're talking about stuff that I don't know what would happen.
I noticed. Anyway, so I assumed Kara had a C-section on the first one. You know as well as I do, when they have a C-section, you're there for what, an hour, and then you got a baby, right?
Pretty much.
I kind of assumed that we'd be there an hour, maybe 2, then we'd have a baby.
Yeah.
He comes in and says, 12 hours? He said that's about an average time from induction. I said, go ahead and say it one more time.
This ain't going well.
He said, we'll give you the medicine. It'll take you about 6 hours to get into labor. He said, and then it'll probably take us about 6 hours of keeping you there. I said, no kidding. So this.
Did you have his baby at Nigeria?
Yeah, I did. Nigeria, Cookville. I said, so you think 12 hours? He goes, yeah. He said, there's some outliers. He said, 4 hours, you'll have a really short one, 4 hours long sometimes. I was like, man, 12 hours and 9 minutes from the minute that he told us
Whoa.
we had a baby.
Well, at least he was pretty accurate.
Man, he was spot on. There was no, let's get the ball rolling, because I thought, well, at least we're going to be here for 12 hours. And I've talked to like 2 or 3 other women since then. They said, oh, yeah, I got induced. It was like in 30 minutes, an hour later. So we had a baby.
Yeah.
Don't know what it was. I don't know how he called it so spot on, but he did.
I wonder what the difference was.
I don't know. I don't know what it was, but boy, I can't say anything went wrong because he called it. He called a shot, you know. But anyway, he's here. Everything went good. Didn't mean to look. I don't know if you remember this about me or not, but I've got an aversion to blood. I don't like to see
And you looked down.
Didn't mean to, but you know what? I had this plan in my head of being up beside of her head. I told the nurse, I said, look, you just do your job and I'll do mine. I'll be up here, I'll be supportive, and we won't worry about what each other's doing.
Yeah.
I'll do my stuff. I said, I ain't no tough guy. I said, there's no need in you having to pick me up off the floor and doing some paperwork on me from passing out right here in the middle of the delivery room. She laughed. She said, well, okay, honey. What they don't tell you is, again, by the time her head's curled up and her legs are pulled back, there's no head versus top versus bottom. It's all right there together. I could not see what was going on.
I've never seen one.
I did. I looked.
I think you panicked or something because I've purposely not looked 3 times in a row.
Yeah, but you probably had a big curtain up because she had a C-section.
Oh, yeah. That was the difference.
Yeah, there's no curtain. There's no curtain. I was just sitting right here beside of her, looking. I was just looking right at it, and I thought, holy shit.
Well, you can't help but look at something like that.
You got to. It was crazy. And then he got to the point where he had the umbilical cord, and he clamped it off, and he said, all right, come over here, and you can cut this. I said, no, man, I'm good. Go ahead and snip that thing. I don't need any part of that. Good job. You did good, doc. He said, you don't want to cut it? I said, no, man, look, I've done good. I'm still awake right now. I'm not passed out. We've had a good show so far.
It's been a good deal.
Let's just move us along. I thought about it. I thought, well, I mean, it's kind of over, right? There's no panic in the room.
You would think.
The baby's out. I could cut this umbilical cord. And if I pass out, I'm not really taking any attention away from Kara at this point. So I could do this.
Yeah.
So I said, give me the scissors. And I said, just catch me if I go down. He said, all right, now snip the cord. All right, well, that's all right. That's fine. I'm good. And so everything happened, and I didn't pass out. I was good.
There you go.
There you go.
I didn't get the option to cut Jack's umbilical cord. I did Dallas's.
I don't think, with the C-section, they let you cut it.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even offer me to come down to the area whenever she's having a C-section.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, they told me, stay behind the curtain. We don't want you to contaminate what we're doing down here.
I got a question. Did you tell any of your family that you had a baby?
No, I didn't.
Was your mom and dad at least there? Was Kara's parents there?
No one was there when it happened. Everybody showed up afterwards, I believe.
Okay. Well, good thing, because that 12-hour thing would have pretty well put a damper on some stuff.
Yeah.
I can imagine how a family would love to sit around for 12 hours.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that would have been good.
So did you tell any distant cousins, close cousins?
I must have forgotten to tell Jace. I believe I forgot to tell Jace.
Is that who it was?
I believe so.
Because I wasn't going to say the guy
Any
that
names?
messaged me, but somebody in your family, maybe named Jace, messaged me and said, Lucas, Kara had the baby. And I said, yeah. And he said, no, that was not a statement. That was a question. Have they had the baby?
Why didn't he text me, you wonder?
I'm sure when he hears this, he probably will get back to us.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to say anything, but I was a little shell-shocked that you didn't tell your cousin who lives directly across the road that, hey, we've got a baby over here. Maybe come see it.
I really didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Obviously.
Believe it or not, I really didn't say much to anybody about it.
JC's here. Come on up the hill.
Come on up the hill, Jace.
And see your new cousin.
Yeah.
So, well, congratulations,
I
you guys.
apologize. I didn't tell anybody. It was just kind of a lot going on, and I kind of forgot.
You guys done now? You're going to go for a girl?
No, we're done.
All right. My
man.
No more. Because, when I get pregnant, you get pregnant and all that kind of stuff, and I don't need that bad juju, okay? Because I love my kids, all 3 of them, I swear to God. If I have a 4th kid, I'll drive off Del Hall Dam with my Silverado. Directly off in the water.
It'd be a lot, wouldn't it?
With Stan playing on the CD player.
It'd be a lot. It'd be so much.
So much. All you people that have 4 children, you're psychopaths.
God bless you.
Possibly sociopaths.
Holy shit. Whatever path you're on, it ain't good. I'll tell you that.
No.
There's some people out there with 5 kids. I worked at at a place down in Morrison, Tennessee. And
safe.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's at.
Yeah, that's fine. There was a guy whose sister or sister-in-law, either one, had so many kids so close together that it pulled all the calcium out of her body, and she lost all of her teeth, and she got osteoporosis or whatever it is where your bones start deteriorating.
Yeah.
And all that happened before the age of 27. She had like 6 or 7 kids before the age of 27.
Huh. It's kind of funny because there's a lot of people in our fellow some of our communities. They must be low on calcium around these parts.
That's what it is. There's a calcium deficiency in the surrounding area.
Yeah,
right there.
I go to Red Bull Springs. I see a lot of calcium deficiencies.
About them apples.
That's just the closest gas station I can think of that I've been at where I've seen toothless people with many children under the age of 27.
That's what it is.
Calcium deficiency.
There it is.
Suck on that. Who was the
Meth Pops?
Who was the Geraldo?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell this the true story next time,
yeah,
Geraldo?
Piss off, Geraldo. It's not low calcium around here.
It's not an opioid problem. It's a calcium problem.
Son of a bitch. Take your shirt off and take a selfie, you bastard.
Yeah, do that, Geraldo.
Yeah.
Rivera. Is his last name?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Calcium. You can get up off my hometown. It's a calcium problem. It's not a pill problem.
Yeah, Peckerwood.
You jackass.
Yeah. No, I'm done. I started going south after that.
Well.
What else have you been doing other than, how's your baby?
He's good. And you know what? I would like to send a quick shout out to my wife. I don't know if I mentioned this on the last podcast. I didn't on the last one because it was Justin. But maybe before that one, let me tell you something. If you're a man who doesn't appreciate your wife, girlfriend, significant other, baby mother, boy, you better.
This sounds like an apology.
It's heading there, right?
Right.
So, baby Jack was in the hospital with RSV for a couple of days. So that, of course, old dad here is left with Waylon and Bayless at home.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Not that my second child is clingy or needy or, there it is. Uh-huh. There's the one. Uh-huh. Bayless is getting to be kind of a cult legend on this show.
Oh, I'd imagine.
He's that's a thing. Chocolate milk in the sippy cup. But it is my life, and we will share it, I guess, however. But so, I'm just saying, after women don't get enough credit for the stuff they do, on a normal daily basis. So I work, and when she's in the hospital, I work, pick the kids up, come home, fix a little dinner, maybe grab some dinner on the way home. We're sitting around, and you gotta spread your time out amongst the children. Waylon's wanting to show LeBron James videos, and I've got to spend the same amount of time running down LeBron James. And then Bayless has got to have his time, all while we eat. We're sitting on the floor playing, and I'm just looking in disgust at dishes that are in the sink that need to be done. While I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what are those dishes can wait till the morning, and God forbid the laundry's piled up. Yeah. And this is something a woman does every day without any hesitation, without any deserving a pat on the back. We don't appreciate our women and my wife doesn't clean house, but if I tell her somebody's coming, she'll do a pretty good job of picking up. But I mean,
you were doing so good. Right up to that point.
Well, I build them up to break them down. I build them up to break them down, kid.
I was literally about to say, I'm going to take this whole sound bite, this whole section, record it, and just send it to Lindsay.
Well, now, but all in fairness, she doesn't ask for it. A lot of women are like this. They don't look for appreciation. It's just what they do. They make sure our kids are taken care of. All this laundry. One time we got in a fight or a fuss, argument, whatever, and I'm like, you know what, honey? I'll tell you what. I done my dishes and I cooked my supper before you come into the picture. and I'm right. I did my laundry. Right. But I'm not doing 5 people's laundry. So much respect to her. And you know what, guys? Next time, all you sex crave men are laying up in bed with your wife and her head hurts. Maybe it does hurt. Maybe she is tired. Give her a freaking
Maybe she done 5 people's laundry, cooked supper, and did dishes.
You know what? So you crawl into bed and you're trying to be extra special, and you know what? She says she's tired and she ain't feeling like it.
Maybe she is.
I felt her pain for 2 days. I wasn't horny for 2 days, and it broke my heart. It broke my spirit.
Yeah, it broke you down, didn't it?
My God. Look what you kids done to me. Daddy's not even horny.
You broke Daddy.
Daddy has no testosterone because I've had to do laundry and dishes for 2 days.
Poor thing.
So yes, Lindsay and all other women, all women in this world, all you specimen, all you lovely ladies, God bless you for doing our laundry. All of our dirty underwear, our socks. You okay over there?
I'm good.
Did I get too loud?
Oh, you got a little loud.
Is that what it was?
No. Oh no,
it wasn't Kara texting from upstairs.
No, I was making sure. I thought maybe that was a text saying y'all need to settle down, but it wasn't.
She ain't seen nothing yet, so we're early in the game tonight.
Yeah. Hey, going to have a baby and everything. You're already the night before. You're already a little wound up, a little edgy.
Yeah.
We got woken up at 2:30
by people having sex.
By the smell of smoke in our house.
Pot?
No.
Oh.
Burning. Like the smell of burning in our house.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought the house was on fire at 2:30 in the morning. We got up and run through the house and could never find what was going on. During the night, sometime a capacitor and a motor and a valve all burn out in our heating unit outside.
Boy.
And blew all the smoke and everything through the vents. So from 2:30 till
sounds terrible.
2:30 to the time we left, nobody slept because hey, the damn house might be on fire.
That's cause for concern.
It was a cause for concern.
For next,
we're not going to be home, and the damn house might burn down.
And Jace can't come keep an eye out because Jace doesn't know you're having a baby.
He doesn't even know I'm gone.
Of course he doesn't.
Anyway,
how'd you feel like the Justin Wells interview went?
I thought it went really well.
Yeah. Did you listen back to it?
Mm-mm.
I finally did. It took me about a week, but I finally listened back to it. Pretty good. I mean, I hope that, and somebody texted me and said, yeah, I had no idea he was that personable. I said, absolutely. And that's the point of these interviews prior to the shows. That way everybody can kind of get to know the people a little bit. And that's the thing about Justin. Yeah, you might not know he has that much personality.
Right.
Until you listen to an interview of him. And I thought he did a great job. And we are.
I was having fun during the interview, so you always, if you're having fun there, it's coming off. You think it's coming off good anyway.
Yeah, I thought it did. Thank you to Justin.
Yeah.
Not everybody does it. So he did share it on Twitter and Instagram. We got some new followers out of the deal. That's what you always hope for when you get something like that. So here we are as of recording. You'll possibly have this tonight on a Wednesday night or Thursday morning whenever Lucas can get it out. But 2 days away right now from the concert.
Friday night.
So I don't want to harp on it because we've talked about it a lot. Tickets are selling. Still available at Eventbrite. Available at the door. Rigid Class starts at 6:30. That's a full band performance by Rigid Class. They're up from 6:30 to 7. They'll be the first band performance we've had in the 4 shows here this year. Rye will come on just a little after 7. He'll do his hour. Then Justin will play from 8 till whenever he gets done playing.
Right.
Quick reminder, JB's Barbecue, Barry and Jeanette will be on site. It's first come, first serve. He's only cooking for X amount of people. From what I will gather, how many I think we're expecting. I know not everybody will eat. So first come, first serve basis, meat, 3 sides, drink, $12. So if you want to eat, get there early. Let Barry and Jeanette know. And
come get some of Barry's meat.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that meat.
Mm-mm. Wow. Welcome to the sophomore class podcast.
It's so soft.
Can't beat a soft one.
You can't beat some soft
or a
meat.
sore one.
Mm-mm.
That's actually one of my favorite sayings to say.
Yeah, you can't beat a sore one.
You can't.
Mm-mm. It's like one. You can't beat it.
Nope.
Hey, I got
shit. This went awkward real quick. I was about to plug Johnson Auto Parts on South Grutney Quarles Highway, 268-2515. Gary and Lisa Fox.
Bam.
Lisa is sponsoring part of this show, and we appreciate her. And Lisa, I apologize that you came directly after a really bad attempt at humor with penis jokes by our 16 to 17-year-old selves. We do appreciate your business.
If I can think of one before you get done, I'm gonna throw one in on her.
So I'd like to thank Lisa for her donation to this show. Also, the boys from RPM Sound. I actually think I read the wrong letters last time. I knew better, but I think I said RDM Sound for whatever reason. It is RPM Sound. Dylan and Dalton Martin. They're playing with Rigid Class. Dalton plays. Dylan is their sound guy. That's who's running our sound and lighting.
Nice.
For this Friday. So.
It is Friday night. Friday.
It's the first Friday show we've had, but that's if you need anything, these guys from RPM Sound, they've done the Jesus Jam in Gainesboro. They've done the Polk Salad Festival. They do a lot of shows at Tennessee Tech, and so very very professional guys. Can't wait to see the job they do for us. But that's just plugging a couple of our sponsors real quick. You got that look in your eye. I can't. I don't
I'm
know
just
where you're
letting
going.
you go, buddy.
No, I'm just
letting
saying.
you go.
Yeah, man. So, not doing any Christmas caroling this year? Little Elijah Gerald.
Man, I really thought. I was thinking today about us caroling to everybody on the show again, but we got such a poor response last time. I thought we might give them a break this year.
Thank God.
Thank God.
If anybody missed it last year, Lucas admitted on our show in public to everybody on the sound waves across the world, even our listeners in Venezuela, that he went around in a queer little turtleneck and Dockers and penny loafers, with his hair all hard parted over, singing fa la 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 la.
I admitted to that.
I don't think he called it a queer ass turtleneck.
Well, no, I don't think I've ever done that though. Oh no, I did, didn't I? I did.
Either that or you lied.
No, I did. I remember the Christmas party last year.
You said at somebody's house.
We did. We sat at the house and sang. I forgot about that.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah. No, wait, no.
One up in each other.
We actually we stood in front of everybody and sang. I forgot all about that.
Which is weirder even.
It kind of was. There's probably 110, 15 people. All of us got up.
That's a lot of people for Christmas caroling.
It was a big ass house. But
we were weird ass David Koresh type.
We were in
cult
groups.
Stuff.
We were in groups. There was only about 10 of us at a time singing. I forgot all about that.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Huh.
That's a good memory.
Is it? Is it?
You have a good memory, is what I was meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad one, though. I kind of had fun.
What Lucas Hickman might call a good callback.
Good callback.
You tell I've missed it. I feel like I got a little extra spunk in me tonight.
Yeah, a little bit.
What about what was your favorite Christmas carol that you did sing?
Ooh, we did. We drew them out of drew them all out of a hat. You know, they put in a bunch of them.
Did they have lyrics with it? Do you guys
some
know
of
this?
them did. Some of them
I'm curious. Like, if I just drew something out of a hat,
man, there was a lot of people there that knew all the words that didn't even need the.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Didn't even need it, but there was we had to get people to come around and give us at least the tune. You know, like if you were singing,
"Come with a kick drum, come."
Right.
Is that you had a hype man?
Yeah, we had a hype man come around and give us at least the tone that it was going to be in.
I would imagine a Christmas caroling hype man is the worst type of person there is.
Best type.
Come with the kick drum, come. Lucas with a flannel on, looking like Paul Bunyan. Come with a kick drum, come. Come.
We just told them we weren't going to sing to them, and then you just rapped to them.
Yeah. Can you Christmas carol a rap song tonight?
No.
I double dog dare you, Mr. MC Cool Flav. Give me a rap song, Christmas carol, spoken word edition.
What would be a good one?
Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you.
There's the lyrics right there. You don't have to type it all out. It's the internet.
It's Google. Frosty the Snow.
Hold on. Hot man. New shit. Christmas flavor. Christmas edition. What? MC Cool Flav. Back in the house.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say.
Yeah.
He was made of snow, but the children know that he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play, just the same as you and me.
Yeah.
Thumpity thump, thump, thumpity thump thump. Look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day. So he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with a broomstick in hand, running here and there, all around the square, saying, catch me if you can.
New shit.
He led them down the streets of town, right to the traffic cop. He only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop.
Frosty the Snowman, MC Cool Flavor edition.
Because old Frosty the Snowman, he had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, "Don't you cry. I'll be back again someday. I'll be back again someday. I'll be back again. Someday.
Someday you will.
Someday."
Hey, Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman.
In the likeness of MC.
Cool Flav.
Chicka Cool Flav.
So, in the vein of Frosty the Snowman.
That's in the karaoke world. That's what they'd say.
Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump. Look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump over the hills of snow. So I believe you have a story about a Santa Claus snowman over a hill of snow.
Funny. Ain't that funny how this is all came about?
Bam.
This, whether you like it or not, folks, whether you're uptight or you're not, if you can't laugh at this, don't ever listen to this podcast again. This is a good story.
It's funny.
Walmart in Canada, without knowing what they were putting on their shelves, because apparently somebody didn't do their job.
Somebody wasn't on the ball on this one.
This is a sweatshirt that made it to a Walmart in Canada with a snowman on the front, in front of a table, and the hoodie says "Let it snow" with what appears to be 3 little lines of cocaine.
And if you're thinking, "Ha ha ha, that's snow," look at Frosty's eyes. Frosty's bugging out. Frosty's done bugged out here. Boy, they had a better picture a while ago.
Controversial cocaine Santa Christmas sweater now on Amazon bestseller after Walmart stopped offering it. And if you had any doubt that this was actually a cocaine, as Dewey Cox might have said,
cocaine.
Here's the description on Walmart.com. And man, you can't make this up. Men's Let It Snow ugly Christmas sweater. We all know how snow works. It's white, powdery, and the best snow comes straight from South America. That's bad news for old Jolly St. Nick, who lives far away in the North Pole. That's why Santa really likes to take and savor the moment when he gets his hands on some quality, grade A Colombian snow. He packs it in perfect lines on his coffee table, and then he takes a big whiff to smell the high-quality aroma of the snow. It's exactly what he needs to get inspired for Christmas Eve.
Let it snow, he said.
How does that get away from somebody?
Walmart apologizes for sweater featuring Santa with cocaine.
Kmart would have went out of business for something like this.
Hey, somebody typed that. Somebody had to have. Somebody typed that on the Walmart's website. Somebody got fired.
I'd imagine they're without a job. Yeah. They're having to explain to their kids why they don't have Christmas this year.
Yeah. Well, honey, I'm supposed to look at all the products that come in, and I just thought this was going to be a good old laugh. But turns out we're a family company, and apparently, strung out Santa Claus isn't a good sweatshirt to put on the shelf.
Look
at his eyes.
I have a friend who
he's wanting to start a business right now. Santa Claus.
Look at his teeth.
Yeah.
He also is about to have a calcium problem.
Yeah, already on his way. Looks like.
Yeah. I have a friend that wants that shirt. He said he's going to wear it places other than here.
Is it?
It doesn't matter who it is. Shut up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Yeah. Good talk.
Frosty the Blowman. All right.
Well, apparently
there's more of them.
More than one Frosty the Snowman Cocaine Edition.
So those are available on Amazon if anybody wants to be a degenerate.
If anybody's up for a
junkie for
Santa Claus with a cocaine problem,
it's a
funny sweatshirt.
It's a funny sweatshirt.
I probably wouldn't wear it to an office party unless you have a pretty cool boss, because you might get drug tested on Monday.
You know what? Or you might not, because my employer, which will remain nameless, had a kid who was working on night shift at the time. And our Christmas dinner 2 years ago, I said, "Tell me this kid doesn't have weed socks on." He had shorts,
with weed socks,
and not just like they were
like long, tall.
They were long, tall socks.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, either that's some kind of Christmas tree or that dude's got weed all over his socks. Sure enough, got a little closer. Pot leaves.
Was he trying to say it was mistletoe by chance?
I don't know, but he still got a job.
Well, there you go.
Maybe, I don't know, drug test that guy?
Maybe. Maybe drug test that guy.
I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, that reminds me of a story that I wanted to bring up. And it's about telling stories. So there was a guy that I don't believe was high at the time that I saw him, but had been high 5 minutes ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just either coming down or on the way up. I couldn't tell what was happening. Seemed like there may have been an issue that's been happening for quite a while with the guy. Anyway, he's telling a story. And I want your opinion as to what the protocol on telling a story is. Because if you're telling someone a story and you have to stop, slap them in the chest and say, here, look here, to get their attention back on the story. If you have to do it once, okay, maybe it was a good part of the story that they needed to look at you for. If you have to do it again, do you think it's at that point in time that it's your fault for not telling a good story?
Yeah.
Or do you think it's the other person's fault for having a short attention span? Which one is it? What do you do at that point where you've had to get somebody's attention back twice during the middle of your story? What do you do? You think on it. Let me tell you what this guy did. He powered on through his story.
Who's this guy?
I just whoever the guy was.
That was talking to the druggie?
No, it was the druggie. The druggie was trying to tell the story, and he was talking to the guy.
Oh, I got it.
And he's trying to pat on him.
Yeah.
He said, hey, look here. Look
okay,
here.
That gets on my nerves.
And then he come back, and he was telling the story again. The guy looked away again. He goes, hey, look here. Went back. So he done it twice, right? The guy he's telling the story to obviously does not give a shit about this story.
Yeah.
So he looks away again. Dude gets him again, gives him the old 4 fingers to the chest and says, look here. In the middle of his story. Look here. Hey, if you're telling a story that's so boring the guy loses the attention span 3 times, do you power through the story to make that guy pay for not paying attention, or what do you do?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny because I actually have a very close, I won't say relative, but that is his deal, especially when he's intoxicated. And I've never been around him sober enough to know if he does it sober, but if he's intoxicated, if you look off for like the slightest, not because you're disinterested, but maybe because
there's something going on in the corner of your eye.
Anything, or I don't like eye contact necessarily straight for that long, and I kind of just, okay, I'm gonna break the eye contact and look off. Hey, look here. Hell, I don't know. You may be talking about my relative.
Right. I don't think so.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
But because I know where he's at.
I would say.
And but yeah, he does it. Look here. Hey, look here. Hey, man, look here. Yeah. Look, man, I don't know. I can hear you.
I can hear you, brother. I can hear you right now.
I don't know. I just I don't hide it well when I don't care about conversations. I don't. You're pretty decent about it. You can work your way through and act like you give a shit. I know because I know I've told stories that you don't care about, but still you seem interested.
Yeah.
I don't. I'll hit you with a well.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what you just said, but I'll answer it with, that's crazy, man.
Hey, how many? That's the universal sign of the person that you're talking to is just doesn't give a shit. Everybody knows that somebody goes, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
everybody knows that if the other person is saying, man, that's crazy, they don't give a shit about what you're talking about.
No, either they don't care or they don't know. I have been in the situation where I cared, but like
don't know enough about the subject matter to really be enthralled with the situation.
Yeah, and like a guy that I work with talks about motors and cams and big. I say I don't even know how to describe it because he like he'll be looking at stuff at work and he'll say, "Oh man, that's got a big block, blah blah blah," and I'll say, "Damn,
yeah,
shit,
that's crazy.
It's crazy, man."
How many of those? Right. If you're having a conversation with somebody and you get how many of those
before you shut the fuck
up about what you're saying?
Yeah,
I think 2. I think if you get 2, that's crazy. You better. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. You better be wrapping it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I think 2 is a good number before you embarrass yourself.
Yeah, I mean you're on the way, right? At 2,
no, 2's where you gotta
if
save some face.
In that show Major League or movie Major League with Charlie Sheen, the guy said, "We got 1, we get another one tomorrow. That's 2, and we get 1 the next day. That's 3, and that's what they call a streak."
Yeah,
I think if you get 3 of that crazy man, You got a streak going on. I think you're a little embarrassed already. I think you're there.
Yep. No, I agree.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy, man. So while we're in the Christmas spirit here of letting it snow with the cocaine guy, a woman here in, I think, Kansas City, I think is where it was at. Proud woman sets up Christmas lights in the shape of a giant penis on her roof. Cute little 24-year-old here, Shelby Gash, has turned off her neighbors.
You think that's really her last name?
Gash?
You think that's real?
It's kind of ironic.
A little ironic.
Little story about a penis.
Oh, come on now. They can't even show the balls.
Well, here's what's ironic about this, right? Here's what's ironic.
Yeah.
So the balls are the offensive part and not the dick.
I was like, what? How come the balls were the offensive part?
It's kind of like when you watch a movie on television and it says asshole and they beep out hole. I've never understood that.
Yeah.
It's like ass. Then
but look at this. Why is it the balls that's so offensive? She must have just done a really, really good job on the balls.
On the balls.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The headline doesn't say offensive balls. It says offensive penis.
Yeah.
She's a cute girl.
Yeah.
It's a giant glowing dick, she said.
said the woman that drove past it 12 times today.
That's a woman that's proud of her dick.
Yeah. She's proud.
So
Dad did though.
So how like much is this neighbor lady talking out both sides of her mouth? Literally 30 seconds ago in this video, she said, I've almost drove off the road 12 times laughing at it.
No, I said that. I said it 12 times.
Okay, well, she said she drove off the road.
Yeah.
Then she just turned around and said, well, it's a joke, and I don't think it's funny because children are out here. Well, which one is it, lady? Is it funny or is it offensive?
To her, I'm going to say that lady probably just looking for a reason to be offended. She probably went, oh, people at my church are going to see this. I better say it's offensive. I better say it right now.
You know what? That's funny.
Yeah. She said,
if anybody loves dick, it's me.
Shelby.
I said she said. That was in quotation, you know.
Shelby Gash said, sorry, neighbors. I felt the need to make a giant dick on the roof. 'Tis the season.
It is.
Hey.
'Tis the season for...
Good girl. 24-year-old jokester was equally blunt with a local TV news crew reporting on complaints from neighbors in Lenexa about her festive phallic display using 60 feet of lights. She said, it's a giant glowing dick, saying it was a cheeky reaction to how uptight her neighborhood has become. People think it's hilarious, she insisted. People are stopping in the middle of the night, taking photos and laughing. People think it's so much fun. I think there's a lot more laughter than it's bringing out anything uncomfortable. Well, cheers to you, Shelby Gash.
There it is. There's the unedited photo.
There it is.
I said balls.
I mean, I don't think it's the blurry. I don't think it's the part I would have blurred out.
Yeah, it's probably that throbbing mushroom tip up there that maybe needs some censorship.
She put a head on it. you know.
That's a good looking one.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's sitting on the shelves at the Love Shack, you're going to pick that one up.
I don't know. I mean, she's a little heavy on the left there and a little skinny on the right. But, I mean, she's anatomically correct.
Now, that's how one looks. I guess.
Is it?
No, I don't. Do your balls... I mean, no, she really could have said them like she's... Well, that's from the side angle.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, she put a big penis on her roof.
Good on her.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Sorry if it's really bothering people. I'm just trying to make a laugh, Gash told the local TV station. Well, you did it. Good job. Good job, Shelby Gash.
That name.
Yeah.
So, how do you prefer your Santa to be remembered?
Sitting in a chair with a straw and a table full of cocaine in front of him.
Okay. Well, meaning in the big picture thing, Santa is always he
is a big, heavy-set man with a big gray beard. Or big white beard, not gray.
With reindeer and
yeah, man.
Bag full of toys, ho, ho, ho.
Over his back. Coming down the chimney.
So the new...
Big old happy guy.
So the new... From Lifestyle... well, that's not lifestyle, but
News.com.
News.com, which is the absolute most generic site in the world. Santa Claus should be female or gender neutral, according to a nearly third of people survey reveals.
Nearly a third of people believe Santa Claus should be rebranded as a woman or gender neutral as part of an effort to modernize Christmas. That's what we need now.
Yeah.
Let's modernize a tradition.
At this point, the liberals are
they're crazy.
Just messing with us, right?
Santa Claus should be gender neutral, according to more than 15% of Brits surveyed on how to modernize Christmas. Now let's back up here. Nearly a third of people believe Santa Claus. So it says right here, nearly a third. You know how far we are from a third? More than halfway. We're more than halfway from a third. We're actually less than a sixth right here.
Oh, more than 15%.
Yeah.
Of Brits.
15% is a hell of a long way from 33% in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, let's finish. According to more than 15% of Brits surveyed on how to modernize Christmas, those questions on how to update Father Christmas were asked whether he should be male, female, or gender neutral.
Male. That's the story. Okay, what if I told you every movie doesn't have to have a minority? Doesn't have to have a gay guy.
Graphic Springs asked 400 people. So now these 400 people are determining this. They asked more than 400 people from the U.S. and U.K. about the ways to modernize Santa. In the U.K., nearly 1 in 6 of those questioned thought Santa should be gender neutral. And in America, it was nearly 1 in 5 surveyed. So that's 20% on one and 15% on the other one. And somehow they got 1/3 of people out of it. Other suggestions included ditching his iconic suit for skinny jeans, trainers, and a hoverboard. That's stupid. Shut up.
Hoverboard and tattoos.
But on Twitter, one person noted, I'm all for equality, but the idea that we should make Santa gender neutral or female is ridiculous. You cannot change history. St. Nicholas, the guy who started the whole stocking hanging thing, was a man. Another tweeted, Santix, S-A-N-T-X, the gender neutral Santa. Oh, it's stupid.
You know, I'm not an overly bothered person. I'm not overly sensitive. I'm not overly anything, really. But I feel like sometimes the world we're living in is going just a little tad much on this equality thing. I mean, you know, there is a person that's called Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Santa's married to Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
So what are we going to happen if they want?
Well,
Santa
if it's gender neutral, if it's gender neutral, where'd the significant other go? There's not one now. That's creepy. I don't want a guy that lives alone and makes toys to come down my damn chimney.
Yeah. Bring some candy with you. If
yeah,
you don't
bring
mind.
some candy. Come see my kids.
Trade your sleigh in for a van if you don't mind.
Yeah, is there any way I could get a hairy man that dresses up in a bright red and tries to come down your chimney once a year that sits alone by himself to, let my kids sit in their lap?
Change is not a bad thing, but like I even seen a thing on Twitter that someone said there was a Netflix special where they were discussing Jesus being gay. Neither one of us are overly religious type guys, but I mean, I feel like maybe we should make Jesus a gay character. Maybe we should just leave that one alone. Maybe we should leave our Santa Claus alone.
Yeah. I don't know. There's nothing in there that you could even twist around.
What's happening, man?
I don't know. There's nothing in there that you could even twist around to say that he was gay. I mean, it just wasn't something that they.
And why listen? I don't get it. Maybe I don't have the thighs to get it. Maybe it's because I'm too fat legged to get it. But dudes wanting to wear skinny jeans and all these little short shorts. There's a real cool photo on Twitter and on the internet in general. But it said, "Where did this world go wrong?" And it was the guys in the 50s and 60s. They're all dressed up in their suits and had the fedoras on.
Yeah.
Then you got guys now with, rolled up blue jean shorts and Toms on.
Have you seen skinny shorts?
Yeah, that's what I meant by rolled up jeans shorts. Like
skinny shorts. Then
it's what kind of dude are you? What kind of dude are you? I mean, it's not even just like gay dudes doing it. Gay dudes do your thing because I mean you're gay, but like there's straight dudes that are dressing like gay dudes with skinny shorts and Toms.
That's cultural appropriation. I just want to go ahead and throw it out there. All you guys stealing the gay culture, you need to stop right now.
Yeah, because the gays are going to be wearing flannels soon, and then everybody's going to think me and Lucas are gay because we're wearing flannels because the gays are wearing flannels because the straight guys stole their gay look. Stop it.
Then what are we going to do?
Not wear skinny shorts?
Look, I can't go out wearing skinny shorts and Toms and a fedora. I can't go out and work like that.
No. Leave our manly look to us.
Yeah, I'm going to look like a slouch and a slob in my too big flannel, and my 1999 blue jeans. Y'all leave it alone.
If you're straight, stop dressing like a gay man. Let the gay culture have their look.
Let them have it back.
Stop
Quit oppressing the gay man.
God.
Stealing his culture?
Jeez.
I don't get it.
Stop it.
Cultural appropriation.
You leave Santa alone. He's a man. Okay? He's a man.
Hey, news.com, figure out percentages. Figure out percentages, you jackass.
Can we give you Tim McLaren's number?
Come on.
That's
now.
clickbait at clickbait's finest right there, kind of.
20% and 15% is nowhere near 33%.
You know what the best thing I've seen over Christmas? My friend Janice McClard, who's a Facebook friend of mine. I've met her in Nashville a few times. She posted a rather engaging video of Casey Musgraves singing Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, at Grammys. She was being
engaging,
very engaging,
thoughtful.
very endearing, very personable. I don't know that you'll find it on YouTube because this was on her Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I really think you're giving Casey a bad rap here, man.
Maybe so. All right, let's see if we can find it.
I think she was just...
You think she's just got one of those faces that her personality doesn't necessarily match it?
You know, maybe. I don't know. Type in Casey Musgraves. There's Christmas, but put Christmas at Grammys. Grammys record store.
If I'm wrong, I'll admit it.
She had so much personality.
Was this
right there? I guess so. That's a 28-minute version. I hate that you to...
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that, was I?
But, I mean, that may be the closest one because, I mean, not everybody, I'm sure, was recording at that. This was just on her Facebook memories from 2 years ago when she was in 2017. Just click on it. We'll kind of fast forward around. Look at Casey. Their red sweater, green.
Is this Rudolph?
Does it sound like any Rudolph you've ever heard?
I don't know. I've never heard anybody play it with a guitar.
And I meant for you to do Rudolph a while ago on the rap instead of Frosty. No. Hit on 4 minutes. Right there. There it is, baby.
Let's see.
All right. She's smiling.
Hey.
I'm like, what?
So, well, she's a good singer there.
Huh? Just a little acoustic, no music other than just a little...
Yeah, she's a good singer there. Got a good voice. The couple of times that I've heard her other than this, she hadn't sounded very good.
I want an apology. You know what? Kristen Heflin wants an apology.
No.
Woo! God dang, if you don't get in the Christmas spirit, I've listened to Casey Musgraves singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. She's a third of the time I've heard her, she's been pretty good.
Okay, Lucas.
That's how you do a third. Sun.
News.com.
The Sun and News.com.
You know, I'll tell you what was a big hit for us.
What?
Nicole. Her glow up.
Yeah.
There was a young lady that messaged me that listens to the podcast. I don't know if she wants her name read or not, so I won't. But she said you guys had us cracking up. And I said, so you y'all listen to it together? She goes, well, we had some people around our dinner table listening to the podcast. That's what we're doing on this show now. We're bringing families together at dinner time.
Huh.
If you don't have this podcast, this Christmas podcast from the One Lane Road podcast, if you don't have this blaring on a Bluetooth speaker while your kids are unwrapping presents, what are you doing with your life?
What are you doing?
And so she loved the glow up.
That
Now, what I was dissatisfied with was the people couldn't even hear poor Nicole. Our audio wasn't working as well as we thought it was when we were laughing. So people are actually hearing us laugh hysterically, but they don't know what poor Nicole was going through. So I would like to put this microphone.
Put that right up there.
Put your mic. Put yours up there. You're a little more flexible than I am.
Waking up every day.
Hold on,
Because it's like
It's hard. Waking up every day. And still being fucking ugly. That shit get old. Like, why my glow up keep passing me?
And you know what? Now that we know the lyrics, how obvious was it that her glow up kept passing her?
It just keeps passing her.
We had no idea what she said until we know now.
Now we know. Her glow up.
The gender neutral Nicole who looks like Coolio with a turd on top of her head.
Awful. It's awful.
Oh, it's awful.
It's awful.
So, yeah, I would like to thank the families that are eating dinner together. They're listening to the One Lane Road podcast.
And for anybody looking for this sweet young girl that's having such a bad day, and seems like every single video that she posts, it's Nicole, Nicole TV, Nicole TV. It's hard waking up and still being ugly, she says.
Not exactly that.
Not exactly what she said.
But you know who's the laugh on? Nicole's got 1.6 million views, while we got about 17 on YouTube a week.
Nicole TV's got 3.24 million subscribers.
All you would need, Lucas, is to come up here looking ratchet as hell, talking about how ugly you are and you're tired of it, and when you'll glow up, why it keep passing you?
I don't know. She's pretty there.
Yeah.
Look at her right there.
Pretty bug-eyed.
Well, she's still pretty.
Is she?
I mean, in her little avatar picture right here.
Yeah, that's a glamour shot from 1995. I ever saw one.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying they did good. They did good there.
Damn.
She's funny.
So yeah, I appreciate the people that do listen to this. And
hey, I tell you what, I got a shout out the other day.
Yo, for what?
Apparently my ability to funnel a beer in college was called into question during a beer drinking session where I could only assume would be Woolly Bullies.
Really?
Yeah. And I was told to man up and get out to Woolly Bullies and show this guy how I could drink a beer. He wanted to chug a beer with me.
So the guy that you were talking to was talking about himself?
Yeah.
One guy was... So
no,
two
Mackie
people.
called me.
Okay.
Yeah, Mackie called me. The other guy, I can't remember who he said. Mackie was in the bar, so it was a little loud, but Mackie called me and told me, hey, you need to come out and show this guy how to chug a beer, that you can chug a beer. He don't believe you. And then I heard, no, man, I'm good. I can't do that. Not only do I have not funneled a beer in a long time, I haven't drank a beer in quite a while. He said, yeah, but one ain't going to hurt you, is it? He said, come out here and funnel one or chug one. I said, so you want my first beer that I've not had in a long time to be me power chugging one? He said, yeah, come on out, just show me. I was like, no, man, I can't do it. And then off in the background, I hear because he's a pussy. Tell him to get out here and come drink one. I was like,
yeah.
Oof, no, I can't walk in the middle of that right now.
Wow, I didn't know. It's the first I've heard about this story. Mackie's not told me, probably because he don't remember it.
Right.
Well, you don't know who the other guy was?
He told me, but I can't remember the name right now.
Did you know him?
I'd heard the name before, and I just can't say it.
You tell me you want that smoke, as the children say?
No, I didn't. I told him, no, I can't make it.
He
could probably get me right now.
Say, if you want to be the Vince McMahon to my Stone Cold Steve Austin, buddy, come on and bring it.
Yeah, no, I'm good. No, he can have it. He can have the crown if that's what he wants.
Yeah. Call me King Turd up here on Shit Mountain. If you want it, you can have my crown.
You can have
Lucas
it.
Says.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll tell you something. Woolly Bully's tough guy. If you really want to drink beer with somebody that can funnel, that still drinks beer and still likes to get out, Don't call me, man, because I get buzzed after like 3 beers now.
Yeah, it's not good.
No. But you just know this, tough guy. If Lucas Hickman wanted to, and like we had some preparations,
I'd still, if you gave me a week,
yeah,
let me get back off the wagon.
He'd beat that ass for you.
I'd have to lead up to it, and I couldn't just do it when we first got there. We'd have to talk for a little bit. But after a little while, I'd get you.
And I'll tell you what, I'll find out who you are, and I don't appreciate you talking about my little podcast partner this way, my podcast live partner, and I don't know.
He seemed like he was having a good time, and if I still partook, it seemed like it would have been the crowd that I would have liked.
You ever call Lucas Hickman pussy again? I'll find you. I'll find you. Okay. I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna do, but find a dead kitten in your mailbox, Eminem style.
Then you'll know.
Then you'll know. You ever talk about Lucas Jean on this podcast, on my podcast and Lucas' podcast? Mac, you better take your little shit talking friends somewhere else. We don't need that slander on our show, okay? You don't come on our show indirectly.
Well, he did.
And talk about I said indirectly.
Oh yeah.
And talk about us.
Yeah. Speaking of, he said that he was going to be here for a live podcast. Mackie did.
Well, okay.
He actually said he was going to be here for this podcast, but this was all in that call that he gave to me the other night.
Okay, let's see. Let's run it by Mackie's schedule. Okay, we can't do Tuesday nights because that's dark night or whatever night. 2-for-1s. We can't do it Thursday night because it's karaoke night. We can't do it Friday night because it's Friday night. Obviously,
right.
Can't do it Saturday night
because it's
Saturday night. We can't do it Sunday because he's eating brunch with some people probably on Sunday.
No, he told me he couldn't do it on Sunday because he was going to a football game. I told him, I said, we already know the outcome. They're going to lose, so just come on.
I wish I could argue with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend my... one year I'd beg the Tennessee Titans to ever be bad enough to get a good draft pick or be good enough to get in the playoffs. You know what? It don't matter. Okay, see, I've already started. I'm just saying, like, last week they're like, all these people were trying to defend them. They're like, oh, if we had Tannehill our whole season, we could have, I was like, no. It come down to 3 games. Win the damn game.
Uh-huh.
It don't matter what happened in week 3 when Mariota was starting. Win the damn game. They control their own destiny this time last week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there still a chance they can get in? Yeah. But they've got to hope that so-and-so beats Pittsburgh and so-and-so beats Houston. Like Tampa's got to beat Houston. Whoever's got to beat Pittsburgh. Control your own damn destiny. Okay?
Yeah. Don't leave it in the hand of the judges.
Don Asbury said something pretty smart the year they finished 2-14 and got Mariota. Then the next year, he's like, I know you don't want to hear this, but they need to finish about 2-14 or 3-13 again, and they did. They finished 3-13 and got the number 1 pick. They traded it for a boatload of picks, which has turned out okay for them. But I'm just, it sucks because they're right here on the cusp of the playoffs. But realistically, they can miss the playoffs by 1, maybe 2 games. But they're right there. They're going to be like in the 20s, picking anywhere from 19 to 21 probably in the draft. So you're not going to get a franchise. I mean, you can, obviously. But,
It's like Tom Brady would suggest otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, even Lamar Jackson this year was the last pick of the first round. So it can be done. But, man, I'm just so sick. I went down there last Sunday. I'm like, here, I wasted a whole Sunday again.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But
looking here on, I know you got a story from Whiskey Riff here. I just wanted to, there's a couple things I saw as I was coming down through here. First of all, Matthew McConaughey is a big Sturgill Simpson guy, apparently.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too. You know what I heard today? Sturgill Simpson on the radio. I was walking around a store and the radio was playing and Sturgill Simpson come on.
Where were you at?
I was at Academy Sports in Cookeville.
So it probably wouldn't. How does that work exactly?
I don't know if somebody's got a playlist they're playing.
Something happened because I've been in Bass Pro Shop before, and Cody Jinks has been on.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Jinks has been on there, and I've heard Tyler Childers as well in Bass Pro Shop. So it's got to be a playlist type thing, sure.
Could be. Somebody's got good taste because they were playing something off of High Top Mountain on it, so it was good. The other thing here that I saw as I was scrolling down is women are drugging and robbing men in downtown Nashville.
Oh, heck.
Huh.
Bunch of Cardi B's down there.
How about them apples? That was little turn, different little turn. Here's the other
There's
one
been
that
so
really
many times
pisses me off.
back in my younger days where I was just walking around Broadway at 255 hoping to get drugged.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I didn't have nothing to get robbed by, but hey.
Here's the only one that I've seen that pissed me off. Kenny Chesney announces a new amphitheater show in addition to his stadium tour called Chillaxification.
Yeah. Yeah, probably missing that one.
Probably going to miss that. Hey.
Opening by Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah, you think he's gay? Why do you think him and Renee Zellweger got divorced so quickly?
What's the old Clay County term everybody likes to throw around when they're kind of dissing gay people? I'm not saying he's gay, but I think he'd hold it in his mouth till the swelling goes down.
At least, right?
Is that what you'd suggest with Kenneth?
You know, I don't know. He's dated. I'm not going to say he's dated. He was married to Renee Zellweger.
But I mean, like, even
and he's been photographed with some very beautiful women.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's afraid to come out of the closet, but
I mean, there's a good chance. I mean, but also Kenny Chesney,
he's peeking his little high-heeled toe out right now, in this picture that we're looking at.
Yeah.
I don't care.
The thing with Renee Zellweger is Kenny was at the top of the world when Renee Zellweger, really?
She was a pretty big actress though for a while. And I think at the same time.
But hot though?
Well, no. Not like like some of the other women he's been photographed with.
But she said some pretty damning things about him. Miss basically he was living a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It was what she, hinted around about.
She even said, I think the reason that they stated was for divorce, like the official reason was like him lying to her about the way things are.
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
Well, man, if Kenny's gay, it's,
Maybe that's why he's on an island all the time.
I would rather go on a private island with Kenny Chesney, one-on-one.
Yes.
Like me and him, not knowing the fact, like I'd go in completely blind to whether he's gay or not, and then just taking my chances that I could fight him off if he tried to, get down with me, than be at that show and have to watch Florida Georgia Line.
Yes.
I think I could fight Kenny off if he was trying to get down with his get down with a 200.
Even if I did know he was gay, I would rather be alone on an island with him than watch Florida Georgia Line in a concert.
Yeah, no doubt. Not even close.
I mean, he's not going to even put up a good fight. He can't get to me. You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
Not me.
And if he wanted to get up on you, have to climb a ladder.
And let's go ahead and be honest. I'm probably not who he's after anyway. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're alone, though, and there's no other options, I'm sure a lot of straight men go into prison not thinking they're going to get down like that until, you're 16. They're like, well, hell.
Yeah.
Fred over there's looking awful damn good tonight.
Yeah.
Soap up, Fred.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah. I don't think he's a top anyway. It doesn't matter. I hate this word that he's come up with here. Chillaxification.
I'm proud of you because I've sounded it out and I still can't say it. I studied it and I'm like, hope Lucas don't put me in the spot and make me read this word.
Yeah.
Because I can't even say word without saying world. Chill.
Yeah. You sure can't get through chillaxification if you can't. If you can't say word.
I can't. I'm saying it in my mind right now to trying to impress my listeners by coming off with it and having confidence. And I can't do it.
You can't do it with confidence.
I can't do it.
Try it one more time.
Chillaxification.
You got it.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, poor old Kenny. I mean,
poor old Kenny.
And we can, there's some other stuff I'd like to touch on since this is probably going to be our year. I don't know that we'll get another podcast.
I don't know. I don't know if we will or not. It's,
if we do.
There's a 6-day-old upstairs.
And so we're gonna talk about a couple other things too. Instead of probably
look at this guy right here too. The Whiskey Riff is an odd sight. Florida man arrested for having sex with toy Olaf from Frozen at Target.
Well, obviously you got to do that at Walmart.
Yeah.
Or somewhere else. Target's a little more high class establishment.
I've never seen a man to look more like he was going to have sex with a toy Olaf from Frozen at Target.
The dollar store will let that go down, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks like the guy that was going to do that.
we're going to save this article for another time.
Okay.
But because it don't really go with our show, I want to share a couple funny stories. No, of course, this doesn't go with it either.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta tell a couple funny things about I'm kind of hard on Waylon about certain things. Like, we were all big into rap music. We've talked about that numerous times on this. And we actually had a buddy of mine's stepdad used to tell us all the time, hey, when you guys figure out you're white, you're gonna be all right. You're not black and you're not rappers and pull your pants up and all that stuff, right? So I kind of get on Waylon a little bit because he loves all the new rap music. And by association, because we all share iTunes, I have to hear some of this mumbo jumbo bullshit rap that's out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he has at one time there was a rapper, and I can't think of his name, but he's like
Lil Nas X.
No, but he speaks like a positive message. So J. Cole, I guess. Waylon says, well, none of his songs really are bad. They are positive, this and that. Okay, well, that's one thing. And every now and then I'll hear a song. I'm like, that's got a good beat. My 12-year-old, now 13, probably doesn't be listening to it. So the other day, I got on his Instagram story. Now, for whatever reason, I could never see Waylon's Instagram story on my Instagram.
But, he figured it out. Huh?
Yeah. So about once a week, I'll flip over, maybe twice a week, I'll flip over to the OLR Instagram page.
Take a look, see what's happening.
Well, I guess I didn't think about it. I don't try to monitor my son. He's not putting anything too crazy on there. But I flip over and it says, Waylon Kennedy, and he's got an Instagram story, the little circle that shows Instagram stories. So I click on it, and it was Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD was a rapper.
Okay.
Did you know Juice WRLD?
No.
No. Neither did I. So it says, R.I.P. legend. I was like, oh.
So he has retweeted this?
Well, you can just take the picture, and he's added caption to it, R.I.P. legend. Mm-hmm. It's 10:30 at night, whatever. I scroll up. It was too late at night to argue and be an asshole to him about this legend.
Uh-huh.
So I just put, you're so ghetto, son, in the DM.
Uh-huh.
And then he gave me an eye roll emoji. So we're going home for basketball practice the next day, and I was like, so what's up with Juice WRLD?
Yeah.
And he's like, he died. And I went, yeah, he died. He died, for sure. Legend? Like, I didn't know who he was. He's like, he's had like 75 million streams on Spotify this year or whatever. I'm like, you wouldn't believe what kind of shit can get played and streamed
75 million times.
Yeah, it's. I said, legend, Waylon. I said, no, maybe he was good in this world. I said, Tupac, Biggie,
legend.
I said, while not always the best content necessarily for a 13-year-old child, I said, Juice WRLD. I said, you're 13. You need to worry about juice boxes.
Hey, is it Juice?
No, he actually spelled it correctly. It was Juice WRLD. So we're going back and forth.
No, we don't. Oh, world spelled incorrectly.
Oh, why wouldn't it be?
Right.
So before we talk about what killed him, this is how it unraveled at my house. He's like, well, Dad, he was just a really good rapper. He had some good stuff. And I think you're being a little hard. The guy's dead. I said, right, he is. I just feel like you're throwing the word legend around. I said, Tupac and Biggie are legends. Mm-hmm. I said, there's several legends in the rap game. Jay-Z's a legend. I said, Juice WRLD, not necessarily a legend. So then we get home, we're about to eat supper, and Lindsay's back and forth with him, and she's kind of just like, Waylon, pick up your dirty clothes, and she's on him. I was like, Lindsay, stop it. Mm-hmm. He's having a hard time. Juice WRLD is dead, for God's sakes. Take it easy on the boy. It was his idol.
It was his idol.
He's like, that's why I don't, this is ridiculous. And I was like, and by the way, why can I see this on the OLR IG and not mine? He goes, because I blocked you for stupid stuff like this because you're hard on me about everything. You're making fun of Juice WRLD because I like him. I was like, well, okay, well, you just told off on yourself. Because now I'm going to get on Instagram all the time on OLR to make sure you're not putting dumb stuff about Juice WRLD. So the next day I
blocked.
So the next day I called him. I was like, oh, your legend that you admire so much swallowed a bunch of pills because he was up in a plane and got told on by the pilot. And I said, oh yeah, and they confiscated pounds and pounds of pot and firearms, and he freaked out because he had all these pills on him. He swallowed them and overdosed. R.I.P. legend.
Yeah.
What?
He's a legend, and he's what I would call a guy that thinks on his feet. He's a real thinker. Let's go ahead and swallow all of these pills. so that I don't get caught. He suffered a seizure after a flight from California to Chicago. Well, I'd imagine he did. There were no signs of foul play, and all individuals aboard the aircraft are cooperating with CPD and have given all of their information. Currently, we are awaiting the Cook County medical examiner on the cause and manner of death.
I got 5 on the guess on that one. In no way am I poking fun at the dead, speaking ill of the dead. I'm not trying to be disrespectful of someone that did pass away. It's more so of my son idolizing this cat. J. Cole, after he explained to me, J. Cole put some, positive message. I was like, okay, go with that if that's what you want to do. This guy.
Probably not that guy. I've never even heard of him.
Never.
Generally, if they're, if they've made it into the zeitgeist, then I've at least heard their name.
Never in my life. It's kind of like when Nipsey Hussle died.
Yeah. Never heard the guy.
I'm pretty thick and pretty deep in the streets on the Compton scene.
I mean, you roll hard.
Yeah. And never had heard about him. Then he died.
Oh, he's the greatest thing that ever happened to
every person on the West Coast, every NBA player, every NFL player, every personal trainer, everybody was all about Nip, all about that Nip life.
Mm-hmm. Nipsey Hussle said, if y'all rolled with me so damn hard, y'all should have been buying my albums or maybe coming to my concert.
Jay-Z did.
Jay-Z did.
And then what's crazy is I never saw this dude a day in my life, but literally
I've seen him. I seen him on something last week.
Yeah.
He's popping into my YouTube feeds now somehow.
Every black man with a social media account with a blue check mark next to it had a picture with Nipsey Hussle. They were just saving on camera roll from February 17.
Yeah.
They popped up. No, I shouldn't say that, but
had a good beard.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But so I do some coaching.
Yeah.
I do a little coaching.
Yeah, I got you.
I generally try not to say much to the kids. I'm just the assistant coach. I'll say stuff in the locker room prior to games. Sometimes if I'm really agitated, I will say stuff in between timeouts, something that I want to get a point across about. But overall, it's not my team.
Right.
So I step back and just help the kids when so we're playing a team the other night. Now these kids drove there. There was 2 kids had a better beard than you and I. Kids automatically little.
What age group are these?
This is junior high.
Okay. 7th and 8th grade.
Obviously, Waylon's the biggest kid on our team. As far not biggest. We got 3 kids that are bigger than Waylon, but anyway, they were you could tell they were intimidated. This dude's got a nice Andrew Luck beard going on. Then there's this other kid who was close to probably 6 feet and built like a tank. Like his calves were like Elliott Brown circa 2003.
Huge.
Right? Like, I mean, just massive. And was rocking the sweetest ass mullet ever.
Bam.
Well,
come straight out of football, straight to a basketball game.
I mean, he looked straight up like a football player. I mean, 100%. And he stood there like this. Now, he wasn't very, I mean, not necessarily not athletic, but he didn't like go in and bang, pull boards and like, Waylon kind of banged him a couple times, and you could tell he was getting frustrated. This guy wanted to stand here like this right here and just wait for the ball.
Yeah.
He was one of those who just wanted to shoot through.
He wasn't going to work for it.
No, absolutely not. Well, Waylon got hot, and he's streaky. Waylon's had some games like Herman Springs. He had 22. Down here, like he went off in the third quarter. There's some games he is not, he struggles and has 5 or 6 points. So this game he got hot, hit 4 consecutive threes. 4 straight possessions. Nothing but net on the last 2. And, we were down, so it was good that he was building us back up and getting us in the game. What counterbalanced that, or just not counterbalanced it, but offset it completely, this kid with the mullet hit 3 in a row. So they're trading back and forth. We call a timeout. Our coach is getting on them pretty good.
Yeah.
Finally, I just said, can somebody take a little bit of pride that you boys got Joe Diffie out there shooting 3s on you?
Any of them get it?
No. I said, yeah, I know. I said, that's a very dated reference that none of y'all get. Guess what? Go home and Google it that you got Joe Diffie. Joe Diffie.
Yeah.
Then I said, what's the
John Denver.
No,
Joe Dirt.
John Deere Green.
Oh.
Is that his song? John Deere Green?
I don't know.
Ain't it?
I don't remember who sang that.
Yeah, it's Joe Diffie, John Deere Green, right?
I don't know. Go ahead.
I'm so caught up in my own story. That's how I said it. I said, I got Joe Diffie raining threes on you. Not one of you can get a hand in his face. And I was like, yeah, go ahead and Google it. Because you got John Deere Green over here stroking threes, and not one of you can guard him.
It was Joe Diffie.
They were farm kids way down in Dixie. Yeah, that's it. Joe Diffie, that kid right there. That was the kid. Mustache, mullet, and all, stroking threes like he's Steph Curry down here. And every time he hit one, he had this little, like he was doing this with his hands. Like I said, y'all are gonna let John Deere Green make all these hand expressions, just let it rain on you? Somebody better step up and guard this dude because this is embarrassing.
Or they just a little terrified of him.
I don't know. Like nobody, our guards are so small and and I don't know whose job it was to get out there, maybe put a hand up. But yeah, the faces were completely lost. Now finally, I laughed and told the other assistant coach. I went, so I just dropped a 27-year-old dated reference on a bunch of 12-year-olds that know Juice WRLD, and none of them got it.
Yeah, I just said Joe Diffie to a bunch of kids that don't listen to anybody I've ever heard of. And don't know of anybody that I know.
But I did, right in the heat. And I asked our head coach after that, I went, how'd you feel about the Joe Diffie reference? Was that a little much? He said, I liked it. He said, but yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They didn't have a clue.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm glad that you like to do that, but I could not stand out there with a bunch of 7th and 8th graders and try to coach them through a basketball game.
Yeah. And then, you know what's funny about 14-year-olds?
What?
They think that we're 65.
Right. We're so old.
I heard
we're so far removed.
So removed. One of them last year said, hey, man, how many points you got? And he goes, 69, I think, bro. And I just looked at him. Then they sit on the bench. The starters already come out. Hey, look, man, it's 4:20 left on the clock. I said, I'm 34, guys. I know what's up.
I know everything that y'all are saying right now.
Yeah, and they think you're just so old. Like, it's crazy. AARP, I guess, on these, on the bench over here. But
I don't know, man. My 3-year-old. Whenever I look at him, I love him.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I look at him, he looks me straight in the eyes, and I tell him to do something. He says, "Okay," and then does the exact opposite. I lose my cool. I lose my shit. I can't take it. I can't take it. If somebody else's kid says okay, and then does the exact opposite, get on the bench. Just sit down. Just sit down. All 5 of you, just sit down right now. Get me 5 people out of the audience, and y'all come down here and play these kids.
It's tough, and I'm not saying I hadn't lost it a couple times.
Yeah.
And what's the worst is when I have to fill in for the head coach and they treat you like a substitute teacher.
Oh, God.
And I've said that. I've said it last year. I walked out of the dressing room when I was getting ready for a game, and a couple of them were farting, a couple of them were sprinkling water on each other, and I was like, hey, guys, please give me just a little respect here. It's a tough gym to play in. And then finally I said, okay, or keep doing what you're doing. Treat me like a substitute. You're going to get your kicked.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what happened when they get to kicked.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I hate to tell you so, hate to say I told you so, but maybe next time you'll listen and not act like you're a better team than what you are. The same thing this year. Our head coach had to leave in practice. I say, hey, guys, let's run through these plays a couple more times. All right, guys, listen. 20 more minutes. Just give me a little respect.
Yeah.
Substitute teacher syndrome all over again. And then I said, we got to run through these 2 plays, do some press work. I said, then we're going to be out of here. Kept on laughing. I said, or you can run your butts for the next 20 minutes. I don't care.
Yeah.
I sound like any of you good enough not to run you for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, we'll get on the baseline right now.
I'm not saying I wouldn't punch a kid.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. Jack's scared. When you hear this, I'm not punching a kid.
But maybe.
Yeah, I'll trip one.
Yeah. What happened? Get up, kid.
Oh, man.
Get up, kid.
I'm sorry, buddy.
What happened to your nose? Your little smart mouth? What happened there? Did you get it mashed all over the floor? Did your teeth hurt? Maybe say another joke. How much time's left now? 4:20?
How many stitches is it going to take?
69. Get back on the ball.
I hate them.
Yeah.
So I guess we want to touch on something real quick.
Yeah.
We got a couple more things. Where are we at time-wise?
We're hour 20.
Okay. I was
probably if it's the thing I'm thinking of, either make it the last thing. Probably make it the last thing.
So do you want to do a quick best of 2019? Just a quick rundown, some highlights.
If you want to, let's do that.
Of your life. of your life in 2019?
My life in 2019? Well,
I knew this is hard to put you on the spot, so I texted you today and said, I didn't know if you jotted some stuff down. I know that's not really your style.
No, I was on the road going to get my child from Cookville, so I didn't jot anything down. Let me pop this up here. We restarted the show in 2019.
It was 2018.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
You're 0 for 1 on your 2019 list.
No, we started back this year, didn't we?
No.
Have we been doing this 2 years again?
Well, a year and a half. July 2018.
No kidding.
We come with the kick drum.
Bam, I thought it was all in 2019.
No, so
my big part of the year is just happened. 12/11.
Yeah.
This is a big part of the year.
Yeah. That's actually on my list too, not 12/11.
Yeah.
But
so what,
I don't know.
What day was yours?
September 4th, I think. This year for Bayless's birthday, I put on the 23rd of March, happy birthday to my little buddy Bayless. And Lindsay was at work. It's like, honey, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but our kid's birthday's not until the 25th. So, yeah, man. But, baby Jack, September 4th, so we're having babies together again. It's went weird a few times.
Yeah, this went off the rails a few times. So
rails, you're talking about that cocaine shirt again, ain't
cocaine.
You? Rails of cocaine.
So as far as the show goes this year, we had probably our biggest guest so far with Jake the Snake Roberts.
That was in this last calendar year.
It was in 2019. It was on January 2nd.
It was January 2nd. Awesome.
It was on January 2nd. Jake the Snake Roberts. It may have happened prior to that, but it came out on January 2nd.
It was right around there.
Yeah. Had the Andrew Pope concert, which is the first of the songwriter series.
Yeah.
Let's see. Matt Estridge. I had my
that was this year?
I had my coach this year.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was you thinking?
Thomas Cox. Yeah.
The Millfit guy.
Matt Estridge, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Bernard Pollard. Bernard Pollard was on this year.
And it doesn't have to be podcast related.
No, I'm just going over the podcast real quick.
Okay.
We had Suck a Camel Toe and Druzy. Oh, Druzy, bring me a gun.
Anybody that doesn't know the Suck a Camel Toe story, please go back to that episode and find that part of the story. That was towards the end of the show. I think if you just go back and listen to the last 30 minutes, you'll probably catch that story.
We crossed our 100 episodes this year. We got our first 100 in.
That was a fun show.
We'll be on 132 with this show.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting on up there. Found out I was a sociopath this year.
100%.
100% a sociopath. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a good year. Really good year. Brother got his back broke. That wasn't too good.
Brother got his back broke.
Yeah. Come back to the farm this year. Had the baby. I don't know, man. Been a pretty big year.
Pretty monumental year. You quit a job.
Bought a business.
Quit a business. Sold a business. Came home. Farming.
Yeah.
Knocked your wife up again on purpose. Like, we're at that age, man, like, you don't have to say, oh, shit, I'm sorry. It's congratulations now when your friends are pregnant.
Yeah. Now it's, I'm sorry it took so long. That's totally probably my fault, honey. I wish I could have done that earlier for you. I'm sorry we're 34 years old now and it took so long.
Well, sometimes that's got to happen before you can.
That's true.
I'm not trying to harp on your wife. I'm just saying.
That a lot of it could be my fault. A lot of it could be my fault.
Because you're not attractive?
I can't do it any better. This is all I got, and maybe she just doesn't like it sometimes. Could you do anything with that gut, honey? I'm sorry. I'm trying. I will.
If I lift it up,
if I turn the lights out, would this be better for you?
Well, they
honey?
say it's all in your hips, and I've saw you dance.
Yeah,
so
it's not.
Maybe it's.
I don't have anything in there.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Maybe that's why it's not.
Yeah.
I'm sure when y'all were dancing to the Yin Yang Twins 17 years ago, she thought maybe it'd be a little better.
Yeah, it wasn't though. I tell her, say, if I turn the lights out, you think, I can turn the entire house out. You can go outside. I'll turn all the lights in the house out, and then that way you don't have to see anything.
Hell, I'll go shoot street lights out if you want me to.
There's a light out at the barn. I'll knock it right out.
That transformer out there, gone.
Done. Never
Pitch
be on
black.
again.
I'll go down here and get my brother and see if he's any better. You'll never know the difference.
Will that help you out any? She said, sometimes. Sometimes it does.
She said, honey, why are you sleeping with that mask on your face? Is it for a moisturizer? For a sleeping aid?
She said, nope. That's It's just as black as it can get. It's just as dark. Now it's as dark as it can possibly be. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and do it.
You know how kids say, "Are we there yet?" When you get married, it's, "Are you done yet?"
Are you done yet? Yep. Actually, I am.
Let's get it over with. You know what, honey? I'd rather. I'm just gonna go. Vacuum the floor, whatever fucking chore you would rather be doing, me doing than this. It's great. It's whatever. We got dishes we can wash.
Have you got a headache, honey? You want some Tylenol? No, I'm fine. Ha! So it ain't gonna work here in 5 minutes.
Honey, you tired tonight? Nope.
No, I'm good. I took a nap today. Didn't you say your head was hurting? No, it's great. It's great. Actually, I feel really good.
Then get those flannels and those 4 layers of shirts off.
Take all my clothes off then, because everything you're wearing's mine.
Get that straight jacket off.
Yeah, if there's
demon,
get in there right now. Hair up, hair down, whatever you want.
Put in a shower cap. Yeah, I care. I can't see anyway.
Yeah, all the lights are off.
Oh, I can only imagine how cringeworthy that's going to be when Kara hears this.
She's been with me for so long now. It doesn't even faze her. she hears stuff like that and she'll go. That's all she goes. She'll go, "That's crazy, man."
Yeah. Now I'm going to be paranoid every time
Lindsay turns his lights off.
Yeah. I'll just be happy the lights are
on. Yeah. Just turn them off. Turn them off, honey.
It's funny when you talk to your friends who you just always try to compare notes, and you're like, well, kids real cock blocks, huh?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. I've had sex once with my wife this month. I was like, once in a month? Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Praying for you.
No, but no. Oh.
Praying for you.
Why? He's a sex fiend. Is that what you're saying?
Once in a month?
Yeah.
I know nerds I know 16-year-old.
Is that a sex fiend?
16-year-old nerds that
seems a little greedy to me.
Once in a month. Somebody better tell that nympho to slow it down in his house.
Tell him there's places you can go to get help for that.
You sicko. So some of the things that stand out to me this year. First was the concert series. You touched on it with Pope. 4 strong. I like to give Justin Wells credit where credit's due. If anybody noticed that songwriter series thing come out of nowhere, it's because it did. Because Justin Wells, when we were on the phone, kind of was like, "Hey man, let's just call it the One Lane Road Podcast Songwriter Series or something." He's like, "Make it sound official when you put it on Eventbrite." I said, "I like that. I'm going to steal it. Thank you."
Yeah, that's ours now.
So, really,
I really wondered where that came from because I'd never heard it before until you referenced it somewhere, and I thought, I like that.
That's it.
I like it.
Little behind the scenes story. If you wonder why the other ones haven't been called the Songwriter Series, because Justin Wells wasn't first, and he's
because they weren't until then.
Yeah. We've talked on those enough, man. But that's a really big step for us to branch out there and have those concerts.
Big step for you. You put a lot of work into that. That's your baby.
Well, it's a fun time.
Yeah.
It's partying in my 30s is what we call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we joke around about, like we said on the Justin show. Mm-hmm. It's partying in our 30s. It's people look like you're respected. Well, really, I'm just somehow convincing some of my favorite artists to come down here to BFE
and stand in front of you and play instead of listening to them on the radio.
Yeah. So that's went well, and I appreciate all the support you guys have given us for those. And again, Baby Jack getting here was a big thing. In 2019, he's just the sweetest little baby. He smiles all the time. All the pictures you see on Facebook and Instagram, it's just that baby's that happy all the time.
You want to know something that occurred to me the other day about having a baby as old as what we are right now is that by the time that this child is 18, I'm going to be 52.
It hurts, man.
You're going to be 53 whenever your youngest child is 18.
That's tough, isn't it?
It's right? It feels tough, doesn't it?
In perspective, I'm 36. Sunday, by the way, I will take any Facebook payments. Anybody that just wants to appreciate my 36 years on Earth, you start me a GoFundMe page. I don't care. Mm-hmm. There's no donations, no charities I'm donating to this year. Just me. Just charity. I'm a struggling
charity. DREK.
Yeah, at 83 at Hotmail. Mm-hmm. PayPal ready. I'm a struggling factory worker from the South with 3 children.
Yeah.
And a lot of hobbies that don't pay me. So, hey, man, if you want to shoot some PayPal my way for my birthday, I'll take it.
Just send $20 and let it say under the bottom of it, "Happy Birthday."
Yes.
Happy B-Day is also acceptable.
So, but I'll be 36, and my dad had me out of the house for 17 years, and he's just now 58.
Yeah.
Like, he got me out of the house at 41.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah, you'll never see that. You'll be 12 years farther along than what your dad was whenever you have a child out of the house.
He doesn't look stressed. He's got 2 vets.
Right.
It's because he got me out of the house and didn't have more children. He didn't say, hey, you know what? Let's have one child and wait 10 years and have another one. Then when that one gets where he's just like psychopath,
let's have another one.
Let's have another one.
Why not?
Speaking of sweet Bayless, I love him. I know everybody thinks I give him a hard time. He is such a sweet child. Mm-hmm. He can't help it. He's got his mother's genes.
He can't help it.
He can't help that,
50% of him, sir.
Just like I talk to her family and they're like, she's always been that way. God love her. She's just that way. God love Bayless. Just got mama's genes. And I got a teenager this year, which is never fun. And he's got a girlfriend. And that's never fun.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, man. It's never fun.
Ooh, I just had DK flashbacks. Teenage DK.
Yep.
Oof. Well, good luck to you.
We ain't ready.
Good luck.
You know that song, We Ready? I'm not ready.
You're not. You shouldn't be.
I'm not. I don't even have my own life in gear, man. Now this 13-year-old wants to date.
Never mind. I was going to say, what does that consist of at this point? But I don't want to know.
FaceTime, and you know what?
I don't want to know.
My kid's pretty boring. Like
good.
Well, we say that, right? Yeah, right. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to go into all my life details like we do on the show, but when I drove him home from a basketball game, we kind of had the talk.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a guy we went to high school with, and I talked about drugs and whatnot. And I said, hey, man, listen. Up with hope, down with dope. Drugs suck. Look, man, I get it. Mm-hmm. It's only a joint. It's only this and that. I said, man, there's no good in them.
Right.
No good. And so I gave him the talk about everything else, and I finally, I never had that talk, right?
Right.
The talk, the birds and the bees, talking about sex.
I got it.
Okay. And so, man, I never got that talk. And
so you had it?
No. I said, I'm not going to get too personal, even me. Yeah. I'm going to keep some stuff to myself. But I just said, do you know how stuff happens? Not really. Man, we're too close to home. We'll have this. I talked about the drinking and the drugs part. And
punked yourself out.
And stuff. And I said, so I'm not ready. Yeah. I said, just promise me not to do anything stupid until I can get back to this part 2.
Yeah, here's the problem. He don't know what anything stupid is yet.
Yeah. Well.
You know how it works? No. Good. Keep it that way. Just keep it like that.
Exactly, man.
Stay ignorant, son.
Just a couple. Oof. Yeah, it's scary.
That is scary. It never occurred to me.
You're a long way from it, but
I don't know.
Jesus
10
Christ. years. I'd rather be 10 years than possibly 10 months or 10 days. Come on. Just a couple of sports things. Real quick, Milwaukee Bucks, thank you for starting your entire starting 5 when I spent $400 to come see you in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool of you. Seeing Giannis 5 feet away, maybe the greatest athlete in the world in the NBA, but still an experience, me and Waylon. Also, the trip to see the Lakers, even though I think he's douche.com. Mm-hmm. LeBron James, got to see him.
Had to see him.
Talked about it 3 episodes ago, so there's no sense of rehashing, but John Morant, I'm glad we got to meet him. Number 2 overall pick in the draft behind Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
Glad we got to meet him, get Waylon a couple of things signed before he completely blows up. He's rookie of the year in Memphis. I don't think it's even close. Jaylen Brown interview that I did with the Man Cave Inc. guys. That was really cool because he's having a breakout season. Mm-hmm. He had a really good game at the end of the last year. So that's really cool to get out. Nothing like bragging a little bit when Jaylen's got a good game and you flash that picture of a little right. Quick. Hell, it wasn't even a 10-minute interview, but it was cool. One of the biggest experiences of the 2019 year was the NFL draft in Nashville. What a scene that was! 600,000 people in Nashville in 3 days. Just really cool, and then something you never thought was going to happen because it's in New York. By the way, man, look, I'm healthy. Is there like mesothelioma in this house or something?
I don't think you're healthy, and nobody else in this house coughs. So,
is there lead paint in this basement? Is this basement like lead paint?
I don't think so. And again, nobody else in this house ever gets sick.
Is there a bad mold problem?
The thing is you're bringing this shit with you, whatever it is.
I don't cough until I get it.
You've had it. You've been having it.
I may.
You done been had it.
Is there asbestos in this house?
No.
Do I have mesothelioma?
Yes.
Is it because of this house?
No. You brought it with you. You brought it.
Well, you know what?
You brought it.
Just one day when you're out here working in the field and Bart Durham pulls up to you because I've sued that ass because you've given me whatever and the fuck I can't get rid of this cough every week. Just remember.
You know what you're gonna get when Bart Durham gets here?
What?
I don't know.
I'm pretty scared about that.
Yeah, you should. You should be.
Bart Durham's gonna get you.
Bart Durham can
for
have
the sickness you give me. Look at this.
Bart, what do you want? You want this ink pen? You can have that ink pen. You can have this. You can have
here with that.
You can have this.
NFL draft in Nashville was nice. I just like to be able to tell my stories without coughing my head off with the easy.
I'd like for you to one time tell a story without coughing into the microphone.
I'm starting to think some burner I had in college has crept up on me and I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
Golly. That damn tech ball camp's catching up to me all these years later. I didn't know about it.
20 years down the road.
Jeez. NFL draft in Nashville is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Can't wait till it comes back. I'm just glad.
When will we get it again, though?
I'd say another less than 5 years, I think.
Really?
I think it was too successful. It was too successful, man. And the Eric Church concert in Titan Stadium, that was a hell of a show.
Mm-hmm.
What you should have been your entertainer of the year, Girth Brooks. Didn't really. I went to Disneyland with a 7.5 month pregnant wife.
Oof.
And Bayless and 2 teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And snuck my ass into Space Mountain.
Got it in.
Oldest ride in the park, longest line. I said, what do you mean, Lindsay? You didn't sign me up for the Fast Pass. Bullshit, I'm going to Space Mountain. If I do anything else, I'm going to Space Mountain. So I was like, Waylon, Pope, y'all go through the line. What are you going to do? You don't have a Fast Pass. I said, I'll get in.
Yeah.
So I said,
don't worry
put
about
my little wristband up to the thing. They said, I said, sir, and I just kept walking.
Uh-huh.
I said, sir, your ex. I went, my wife bought me a Fast Pass for this.
Yeah.
I said, I'm the adult guide with these 2. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You're damn right. You're gonna take care of these 2 teenagers.
Pay $32.50 for a damn fan up there with Mickey Mouse on the front. Yeah, you better be glad.
I don't think so, Scooter.
And last but not least, as far as just kind of highlights, Cody Jinks' Opry debut.
Yeah, pretty
neat to be there to see, just to see his emotion for getting introduced by Clint Black and seeing what it meant to him to be on the circle there on the stage. Seeing his good old country classics.
Well, good. It's been a good year.
It's not a bad year.
Not a bad year. It's been a good year.
I can't wait till we promise to do all these things that we're not going to do in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I'll promise. I'm not going to promise to do anything. And in 2020,
I'll
make y'all a promise right now. I promise that I won't promise to do anything.
Yeah,
that's the only promise I can keep. I won't promise to do anything.
I promise just to continue to be myself.
Yeah,
on this show.
I might be somebody else a few times next year.
MC Cool Flav?
He might make a return in 2020.
Shit.
I might come up with some new ones next year.
Oh.
I enjoyed that. MC Cool Flav.
I enjoyed that. I really had a good time with that.
I really had a good time. This person that we're doing right now, that really had a good time. That might be part of next year. He might be one.
No. You can be taught by the little strapped ass possum. Leroy Virgil.
I was going to say, I wonder if anybody remembers that.
Little strapped ass possum. Quick happy birthday to Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's his birthday. It's his birthday.
I didn't know that.
A couple other birthday shout outs. 2 days ago was my buddy AJ's birthday. My buddy Elliot's baby Leighton was his 17th birthday. My sister Vivian, still 9 years older than me. No matter how old I get, she's always 9 years. Happy birthday in heaven to my mama yesterday. I went and ate some old Charlie's. I didn't put it on Facebook or nothing like that. I guess it
didn't count then. Probably.
I wondered to myself, if I don't go do this, is it to count? But I guess putting it on your podcast is the same difference as putting a picture. But not really. I went over there and her favorite restaurant was Old Charlie's, so I just kind of went over there by myself, sat at the bar and had a little loaded potato soup and some chicken, and kind of my way of just saying, hey, I love you and I miss you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just a little something. So, but then happy birthday to the Texas Rattlesnake. I like to thank myself for being born on 4 days. That's going to be a pretty cool thing to see me, get another year older. I've been there for all of them.
Uh-huh.
Never left my own side.
It's really a coming of age tale for you next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've been growing up all these years, and my little boy's ready to fly. It's that coming of age tale.
I feel like I'm ready to go out in the world, Dad.
Yeah. I mean, we'll tie your shoes, put your backpack on.
No more Velcro.
I'll pat your little bottom and shove you out into the world. Say, go get them, Tiger.
You're such an inspiration.
Go get them. Go get them, big guy.
You're the wind beneath my wings. I want you to know that.
Go get them, buddy. So proud of him. Brings a tear to my eye.
I'm happy. I'm happy to be yours.
On a sad note, we do have something we want to cover. We just want to say a little bit.
Yeah. First, I want to say our thoughts and prayers are with the family of John Copeland. If you heard about that, the young boy from Salina that passed away in the car accident in Brimstone.
I did.
I don't know the boy. I've been doing business over there at that store recently for my building, and I've been over there a couple times, and I just like to send my wishes to Randy and Matt and that family. Like I said, I don't know them real well. I don't want to pretend to know them real well, but I know that's the one.
It's always sad. Always sad when somebody that young, so much life in front of them.
Yeah, man, 16 years old, and just. It's one of those deals when it shows you what kind of community you live in. They done some real cool stuff at the basketball game for him last night. So, then also one of our best friends, James. That of course, we rip James all the time on here.
And James is the same James. It's been on the podcast several times for any of you that listen. We give James a hard time, but we love James and always have. And unfortunately, his mother passed.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago now. He. Betty Jean had been in pretty bad health really the last few years, but I'd like to tell a couple of funny stories about Betty. Kind of, growing up, that's the best thing about growing up here is not only are you friends with people and you what they mean to you, but you get to know their families.
Yeah,
and not just Betty, but all of her brothers, Arno and Freddie, and Captola, her sister that had already passed away. But they're just a lot of good people, but two of James's traits that you would say if you were to talk about James Hatcher, you'd say stubborn.
Yes,
for one. Also straightforward. James is not going to tell you what. James doesn't tell you what you want to hear. He'll tell you pretty bluntly, like, "No, I'm not coming to work on your building today." But
right.
No, that. But James is also dependable.
Yeah,
I mean he's got me out of a lot of shit. Whether it be stuck in Brimstone on a rhino that I forgot I had a winch on, so he called and come help. James has helped me numerous times over the year. Never asked for a dime or any pat on the back for it, and and that comes from Betty Jean.
Yeah,
she's a pretty tough individual, tough minded.
Oh yeah,
she raised James and Sheila. And the thing is, she was tough. As far as I was scared to death of Betty. Me and James weren't. I'm not going to say we weren't best friends growing up.
Right.
No, we went together. We went together. We grew up together. We went to Head Start together. Started kindergarten all those years through Hermitage Springs, and had a cup of coffee together at Tech, or a cup of something. Me and James, wasn't coffee. But then, but Betty was just like a mean ass. Like, she was tough and hard.
She is hard. She was hard ass. Yeah.
She was hard on them. But you know what? If you look at it all these years later, James 35, Sheila 30. They turned out pretty damn good.
Yeah, they did. She did really well. Single mom did a really good job. Or I think they did. She did. And I knew Betty. I knew Betty afterwards. I didn't know her when we were little, so I didn't know her as a hard ass. I knew she was tough, but I always thought it was funny. And she was really nice. She just really was.
Yeah.
And later on, when I don't know, I was probably 15, 16, somewhere in there. We were playing poker one night, and Betty Jean was sitting beside of me, and I just always remember her. I had bet, and there wasn't a lot of money in the pot. It was a big pot for what we were doing. But and I might have had $30 in it or something like that. And I turned over a full house, real nice full house, And I thought statistically there's nothing that can beat this on the table. There's no way.
Yeah.
And she was sitting right beside of me, and she just slowly looked over and she never put her cards out on the table or anything. She kind of fanned them out in her hand and just held them over and let me look at them. She didn't say anything. She just let me see them. And I said, really? She goes, yep. I said, well, go ahead. She put her cards back together and put them face down on the table and slid them out there and drug the pot back. And I was always thinking about her like that. Her slowly fanning those cards out in her hand, showing them to me. And never said a word until I said, really? She goes, yeah. And then put them back. Got her money.
That's funny. And I didn't know her either. I just got to know her more in our adult life.
Yeah.
And so, but I remember everybody talking about how hard she was. And that's what I was getting at. But like I said.
Now, I did see it after after a little while. James and I hung out a bunch. He hung out with Curtis a bunch. We went frog gigging at night and all kinds of stuff like that. And then, like I said, he and I, lived together later on. But, she was funny, man. She'd come in, he'd come in late, and she was worried about him. She was worried about her little boy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think Betty Jean be worried, but that's what it was. She was worried about her little boy.
Well, and that's my story I was going to tell. So we were seniors in high school, and we'd played some pickup ball, and we'd rode with a guy that was older than us.
Right.
And we played some pickup ball over at Salina. Well, we got done, and we took the scenic route home. Meaning we hit some back roads. Anybody with any common sense in this area knows what you do on back roads a lot of times in this area. So we got back to the house. Didn't think we were being obvious. Don't know how Betty G knew, but she knew.
Right.
And she pretty well, she was on James. Mm-hmm. Then she turned to me, and I was just trying to
be cool,
keep my head down, and she sat and looked at me. She goes, "By God, don't you lie to me. Has he been hitting it or not?" And I went, trying not to piss my pants.
Yeah. And try not to say yes. Try not to piss on yourself.
Yeah. And she gave me just enough opening. She turned back to James and said, "Answer me." And I hit that door. I'm not a fast guy, but I got in that vehicle and I went home scared to death about what the repercussions was going to be. What scared of my own parents, but I didn't want Betty Jean to know I've been drinking cold beer.
Yeah. Betty Jean bust that ass for you. You had to go home and tell your mom, Mom, I got my ass busted tonight. Who hit you? Betty Jean. She literally spanked me. She spanked me.
Yeah. And I didn't mention that story to James yet. We hadn't really got to talk, but anyway, so that was then, and through the years, John Davis did an awesome job of officiating the funeral, and he told some great stories about her and Arno and whatnot, and I won't repeat all that, but great service there. And then, but what hit me is that, always at everything. Like some of my favorite things is like when I go to James's kids' birthdays and, hey, well, Betty Jean, sitting there and bullshitting with her for a minute or whatever. Then they're right, though. If anything happened in Herman Springs School, whether it was James or Sheila through the years or now Matthew and Cody's kids, she's there. She's supporting them. She's been great with all the family, with Curtis, Hannah, Haley, everybody. Betty Jean was a fixture at Herman Springs in the Mount Vernon Fire Department and whatever. So my last time I got to talk to Betty was probably a month ago or a month prior to her passing. And I didn't know if she was in front of me. I was talking to Pee Wee and Melissa, and, Betty had lost some weight. And I didn't know she was right there in front of me. And I just didn't pay attention when I walked in the gym. I'd seen Pee Wee. You walk in the gym and you're just kind of looking for anybody just sit down for a second so you won't be up standing in front of everybody. So I said, "Oh, Betty, I didn't even see you there." She goes, "Hey, well, and everything." We caught up and talked a little bit and bullshit. And finally, I said, "What about that sorry ass James?" She said, "Huh?" I said, "Golly, boy volunteered to come fix a building for me months ago, and I've got him down there twice." I said, "I had to fire him for volunteer work, Betty." And she kind of looked at me, and I thought, "Oh, hell, I've pissed Betty off."
I made her mad.
And it turned out she didn't hear me. She goes, "What'd you say?" And I told her again. I'm not going to repeat what Betty said.
Right.
It was pretty hardcore.
Pretty hard on James, I'd imagine.
Apparently, she'd been asking James to do a project for her, and he'd kind of put it off. And let's just say she agreed on of course, I was 100% kidding.
Yeah.
About just trying to get her riled up, more or less.
And by the third time you've said it, each time you repeat a story like that to somebody's mom, especially, it scales back because you start losing confidence in what you say.
And you're right.
Yeah,
you're right because I started hard on him.
Yeah,
what
about that sorry ass kid? What'd you say? I said, what about that kid?
Yeah.
What'd you say? How's James?
Well, you kind of preface it by saying, "Well, I was just kidding. I was kidding." But
that was a joke,
and that's actually what I did. And she kind of laughed about it, and I said, "You don't know how much that means to me that you just talk about him like that." And me and Pee Wee got to laugh about it. But I just and I tell you what, James did an awesome job because he, James is not a public speaker by any stretch of the imagination without a couple beers in him.
Right.
And I told him. And at the funeral, and it don't matter what I always said. I just said, if you're going to do it, because I done it at my mom's, because that's lasting. There's a lot of things that you want to be, want said that'll last and be a lasting legacy and remembrance for people. And I just told him, I said, man, you get up there. I said, just have confidence. I said, breathe.
Yeah.
I said, take your time. And I said, who cares? And it don't matter what I said. I just tried to let him know that he could do it.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to be judgmental about you messing up on your mom's eulogy. And if they are, piss on them. What kind of people are they anyway, right? And I tell you what, I was proud of him. He got up there and did just an awesome job of conveying a message about what kind of person his mother was and the job she done raising him and Sheila and some really cool stories. So I was very, very proud of him, the job he done. And it's not easy losing a parent, and he handled it well there. So I was proud of him.
Good deal. Love you, James. We've been thinking about you.
So, well, that was a fun show.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good way. Might be the end of 2019. Might not be. We might come back and get another one.
Yeah, we'll try to.
A lot of time away from the house in this time of year.
The next, I don't know when, because let's see, tomorrow night I need to go set up the venue.
Right.
Friday night is the show.
Yep.
In between work both days.
Right.
Saturday is my dad's Christmas. Sunday is my birthday and the Titans game at home that I can't wait to go watch them lose at. Hopefully I'm wrong. Then, next week's Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like next week's Christmas. Like who knows when we're going to get another one in. I just
probably not next Wednesday, but maybe the following Sunday.
Yeah. Well, and who knows with our work schedules? I'll be off. So Christmas is a little different. We'll try to work one in if y'all are interested in hearing us. And I hope to see you pretty some bitches
Friday night.
Friday night. It's a big show, and to me, this is a really personal one. It's a very personal show, and
it's a big one. Looking
forward to it. And I hope to see you. Are you coming?
I don't know. It'll kind of depend.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the Hickman house
here lately.
And I would. You never want your baby to be sick by any stretch of imagination.
Obviously.
You sure don't want it to be your fault because you went out and got in a crowd of people and somebody had the flu and didn't tell you.
I understand if not, but
we'll try.
I don't know who the hell's going to fix that toilet if you ain't there.
Hey, it's fucking toilet.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the One Lane Road podcast. Christmas, birthday, end of 2019.
Maybe Happy New Year.
Cocaine Christmas sweater edition.
That's why I like my Santa Claus strung out on some dope right at the end of the year.
Damn that calcium problem in Clay County.
Calcium problem. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.